3 new cases in the community were reported today, including 1 unlinked infection. The 2 linked cases were detected through surveillance, either community testing or when a person goes to a GP to seek medical attention. 7 other cases were imported, with 4 detected when they arrived here, and the remaining 3 developed COVID-19 during XHN or isolation. More details will be released tonight. Meanwhile, thousands of people here who've had allergic reactions to the vaccines used in the nation's inoculation program will be offered Sinovac jabs by the government. This is part of a study to understand the immunity offered by different vaccines. ST has learned that about 3,600 people who were allergic to the first dose of the mRNA vaccines have been contacted, and more than 1,400 have indicated interest in the program. Responding to ST's queries, the Health Ministry said it will work with the National Centre for Infectious Diseases to follow up with a subgroup of these people who have received the mRNA vaccine, followed by the Sinovac vaccine, under research study on COVID-19 vaccine immune response. Journalist Haris Baharuddin is here to share more. Haris, how did you find out about this study that MOH is conducting?
Thanks, Yan. So what happened was that I was on social media, as we sometimes go on to look for our stories, and I noticed that some people had actually posted about this study that was unfamiliar to me. They said that they had gotten a message about potentially receiving this Sinovac vaccine. So I checked. It was something that was not reported about before. Then I went to some of my editors, and they also said it was not something that sounded very familiar, and so we decided to just ask MOH for more details, and that's when they told us about this study that was going on, and they shared the numbers and all that.
And Haris, what more has MOH shared about this study?
So other than verifying that the study is actually going to happen or is likely happening already, they did share the numbers that Yan, you mentioned earlier. And I suppose that following this, we will find out more details about what the study seeks to aim. We're not sure about what the results will be yet, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I think one question that people will have on their minds after finding out about this study is to know if the government is considering rolling out mixed doses of the vaccines, and how this would affect things, how this would affect things like your pre-event testing, at which we had earlier reported that Sinovac vaccine, people who've been injected Sinovac will not be exempted from.
And Haris, on that note, we've also done another story as well that captured people's response to the news that people are upset about that. Has MOH given any updates?
So to recap, right, what MOH had said is that vaccines only in the National Vaccination Program will be exempted from your pre-event testing. So this refers to the 2 Pfizer-BioNTech Comirnaty and the Moderna vaccines. The Sinovac vaccine is not part of the National Vaccination Program. As far as any updates are concerned on that front, I'm afraid that there's not much beyond that for now. We are still trying to find out how many people have been jabbed with Sinovac so far. We have some idea based on speaking to some of the clinics that my colleague and I spoke to, but other than that, we don't have official figures yet. I think having such figures would give us a good idea about how large this group is. And from there, we can go into discussions about what this would mean for, the other measures like pre-event testing, for instance. How would the records differ for someone who has been jabbed with Sinovac as opposed to the other 2 vaccines, and how that would affect the kind of safety measures that they have to go through.